Hi friends, let us learn today some few things in Data Factory. So we learn about copy data activity, we learn about if exist activity, and making use of data expression within Data Factory. So I'll be covering three things today. So how to make use of copy data activity and copying data from a file within storage account to Azure SQL table. So there is a file called as Netflix titles.csv. We'll try to move the data into Netflix title table. Second activity would be to use if exist activity, where I'll just copy a file from source location to target location if the file is not present in the target. And the third problem would be to copy the file from source but within a timestamp folder and make a copy to the target if not exist. So let's jump to the portal. So this is the data factory resource within the portal, and the first problem statement is to copy a file within the storage account to a table in SQL. So click on author and monitor to open the workspace. So once you click on author and monitor, you would go to this particular page where you see the overview option. Click on author. This is the place where you would ultimately create your pipelines to orchestrate your copy from the file to the table. So let's locate our file and the table. So the file is present in the storage account named demo bits, and there is a source container. Under the source container, we have a file called as Netflix underscore titles.csv. And let's go to the SQL database where I'll open this query editor and then type in the password. And then there would be a table. So let's start from dvo Netflix underscore titles. And this is the table. So we would be ultimately copying data from Netflix CSV file to this particular table. Let's go back to Data Factory. So the first thing that we need to create is two link services, one to connect to my file, which is in the storage account, and second is to connect to a table in SQL. So let me go to manage and click on link services. So this will help you to establish a connection to your storage account and also to SQL. So create link service, type in storage account, Azure Blob Storage, click continue. Give a good name so that it will be easy to fetch that particular link service from your dataset. Blob source container, and then these are all fine. Let me select my subscription and then storage account name, and then just do a test connection to understand if it would be successful connection. Click on create. Similarly, I would create link service for SQL table. So click on new, type in Azure SQL database, continue, ls SQL, and then the name of the database is demobitsdb, and then select your subscription. The server name automatically pops out because it is part of the same subscription, and then select the database, and you would need to provide your SQL authentication username and password. Let's do a test connection before creating the connection. So now I am connected to the storage account as well as to the SQL database. Now let's go ahead and create two data sets. One to connect to the file which is in the storage account, and second to the table. So let's go to the author section again, and then under data set I would click on new data set, and again type in storage, Azure Blob Storage, click on continue, and it is a delimited text file, so I would select this option and then click on continue. And for data set I would provide the nomenclature as bs underscore blob underscore, it is within the source container and the file name is Netflix. So I would select this as the dataset name, and select the link service which is pointing to your storage account. And I know the first row has a header, I'll select that, and you can just browse that particular file through this browse option. Click on OK. Now my dataset is created, so I can do a quick preview to understand if our data looks good or not. Yes, so I'm able to do a preview, so it looks good to me. Now similar way, we'll go on and create a dataset to connect to the table. Click on new dataset, type in SQL or Azure SQL. Continue, and let's give a good name, SQL, and you can name the database here and then provide the table name. And I would select the link service ls SQL demo bits db, and then let's select the table name. Click on OK. And then let's see the schema in the CSV file. Yes, the schema looks good. As well as let's come to the dataset of table and watch out the schema. Both are almost the same. And then let's go to the pipeline and create a new pipeline. Let me provide the name to the pipeline. PL underscore copy Netflix data. Then minimize this and then extract a copy data activity. Let's name this copy data activity to copy Netflix data. And then select the appropriate data set in source and sink. So the source being our data set for blob, and then the sink is the table. And then I can go to the mapping and quickly import the schema. And the mapping looks good to me. Okay, now let's go ahead and publish the pipeline. So you can come to this notification icon to see if it is getting published, and it would get published in a while. Yes, it is published. Close this and let's do a debug. So once debugged, you can see in the output section of this pipeline that the pipeline is in progress and the status got converted to succeeded. So let's see the table. So select star from dbo.netflix titles. I'll run this query and I'm able to see some results. So this completes the first problem statement where we copied the file from storage account to a table in SQL. Now let's move to the second problem statement. So in this problem statement, we would try to copy the Netflix file from source container to target container. So if target container doesn't have the file, only then we want to copy the file. Otherwise, we won't copy. So let me go ahead and create a container called as target container. Target. Create. My target container is created. Yeah. Now let's go to the data factory and create a new pipeline. So I'll create a new pipeline. I'll name the pipeline as PL copy if not exists. Now let's go ahead and create a pipeline parameter. File name. And during the execution of this pipeline, we have to supply value to this file name. And based on that, it will check if it is present in the target container or not. If it is not present, a copy data activity would copy the data from source to target. Okay, let's go ahead and create a data set in the target location. Storage account and click on continue. Provide a name to the data set target file. And then let me select the corresponding link service. And then let us select the container name. So it is selected. Click on OK. And the data set is formatted. But we are not done yet. We need to supply value to this file date. So what has to happen is when we supply value to the pipeline parameter, that has to cascade through and it has to come to this particular data set over here. So let me create a data set parameter as well. Dataset file name and go back to connection. The same dataset parameter would be populated here. Click on add dynamic content, scroll to the extreme bottom and then click on this. And then this expression builder would populate the expression over here. Click on finish. Okay, so this is set in a dynamic manner. Now let's do one thing. Let me pull out the get metadata activity over here. This will check if the file is present in the target location or it is not present. So let me rename this get metadata check existence. Let me provide the data set as well. This will be the target file. And because this data set has its own parameter, we need to supply this value over here. And we know that the pipeline has a parameter called as file name, which has to cascade to this data set parameter. So let's go ahead and add dynamic content and scroll down, and this is the pipeline parameter. Click on this and this expression is formulated. Click on finish and then scroll to the bottom, and then under field list you need to select this argument as exist. So this will ensure that it checks for the file existence in the target location. Okay, now let's do a debug. So as soon as I debug, it is asking me to provide my pipeline parameter value. So let us see what is the file name, Netflix underscore titles.csv. Let me provide this. .csv and click on OK. The pipeline execution has begun, and let's see the output. And if I observe the output of this activity, it clearly says that existence is false. Exist is false. Basically, it says in the target location this file is not present, and the output is false accordingly. Now let me pull a if activity over here, and then let's connect. And let's click on if condition, and there is a name description. You can just populate the name and description accordingly. And then go to activity. We have to build this expression. So we understand that output, one of the property of this output, right, in get metadata is exist. So I can make use of the property to understand if a file is present or not, and accordingly call my true or false activity. So click on this and add dynamic content, and then scroll to the bottom. So this automatically formulated one part of the string activity of the first activity dot output, and we know that the output has a property called as exist. So click on OK. Okay, so this is set. So what does this mean? So when the get metadata activity is producing an output of false, it would execute the false activity. If that is producing true, then it would call the true activity. So in our case, when the existence is false, it means the target location doesn't have that file and we want to copy. So false is our use case over here. So let me do one thing. Let me go to the false condition and add a copy data activity. Copy file, and then let me go to the source, and we already know it. This is there in the dataset ds blob source Netflix, and then let me select the target location, which is ds blob target file. And again, because this dataset has its own parameter, it is asking me to populate a value here, and our pipeline has a parameter called as file name. I would use the same. Click on finish, and this pipeline looks good to me. So again, repeating the entire flow. So we are just checking if a file is present or not using the get metadata. If the file is not present in target, we want to execute a copy data activity, and which copies from source to target. That is in our false part. Let me do a debug, and let me pass the file name. Okay, the pipeline has started running. Okay, so everything is finished and it is succeeded, right? So let me go to the storage account under target location and do a refresh. And yes, I'm able to see the file because it was not present in target. It successfully copied the file. Now again observe, you see there are three activities which were run at this point of time. Now if I debug this again, underscore titles.csv. Now this file is present in target location, so we should not see this copy data activity anymore. And you see there is no copy data activity and this terminated. So the if condition is getting a value of true, and under true we don't have any values. So let me reconfirm that by showing the output of the first activity. Exist as true, and under true we don't have any activities. So that completes our second problem statement. Now let us understand the third use case, where we'll make use of some data expression. So for that, let's go to the storage account, and let's assume that customer keeps on providing us with the files in source container, but in date timestamp folder. So let's create a folder, new folder, and let's provide a timestamp to this. So it's like 2020 is the year, 12 is the month number, and 15 is the day. Click on OK, and let's upload the file. So there is a file, Netflix title. Click on upload. So the file is uploaded successfully, and if I see my source container, I see a folder called as 2021-15. Under that, we have a file called as Netflix title. And similarly, with respect to everyday, customer keeps on giving us these files. Now, as part of our data vector orchestration, we need to take the file with respect to the current day. So let's go back to data vector again. Let me make use of the same pipeline. So I'll change the properties of view data set so that it refers to the timestamp folder instead of directly the file in the container. So as the get metadata is using this particular data set, let's open this data set and I would build this directory here. Add dynamic content. So let's use a function called as format datetime. Click on this and this is formulated. So the first parameter to this function should be timestamp. So I will use UTC now because my focus area is to pull today's date folder. And then I would provide the format of the folder name. So it is YYYY, MM and DD. Capital MM is for month number. Click on finish. So I'll go back to the pipeline and then check in the if condition, go to false activity where my copy data exists and go back to the source. And again, we need to modify as well here. Click on open and then I need to supply the directory name here. Add dynamic content and then again the same expression format datetime. Click on this UTC now. Click on this. And then the second expression is the format. Click on finish again. Okay, this is fine. And let me go back to the pipeline. And again, the entire construct looks good to me. Okay, now let's do a debug. Let me pass the file name Netflix underscore titles dot csv. Click on OK. And let's refresh. So everything got succeeded. Let's see the output of these activities. So if I see the output of the first activity, I see that the existence is false in the target location. Hence, we need to copy the file. And it has happened, right? So let me go to the storage account, go to target. So in target, I'm now seeing a new folder called as 2020-12-15 because in the dataset we populated the directory expression as well. And let me open this directory and I'm able to see the file. Now if I rerun my pipeline with the same table, same file name .csv, the copy data won't be performed, right? Because the file is already present in my target location. And you see the same thing because the exist value will be true, and under true we don't have any activities. So this is how you can handle the date expression by making use of format datetime and UTC now. So today we covered 3 use cases and I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Happy learning.